Yeah, she comes in and she's like, listen, but she does make some sense. You're supposed to kind of root against her because she's not a villain, but you're supposed to be like, oh, lay off radio, and lay off Coach Jones. They're trying to do something good. But, I don't know, man. She ain't, it's not like she's not making sense because she comes in and tells them like, look, I'm not too sure about this.
I'm not so sure we're trying to help somebody here. Or whether he's being used as nothing more than a glorified mascot.
You know me a hell of a lot better than that.
Does she though?
Do I?
Does she? That fool ain't nothing but a mascot. A big birthday gift for me, because my birthday's next month. Mm-hmm. A big birthday gift for me is if you came out to see the 1 year anniversary of me doing sit down comedy at the Broadway Comedy Club. Going to be back in the Red Room September 27th. Oz will join me later as we just sit down and just lollygag with the audience. And then we're going to have all of you up for open mic. And that show, again, is going to be 9 p.m. at the Broadway Comedy Club. That's a Friday. Get your tickets now by going over to BroadwayComedyClub.com. People, this has been a long time coming. We just didn't know it. But tonight we have for you a very roastable motion picture right here because it comes from that era where people didn't know no better, which means that people
They thought they were doing well.
They thought they had what they say the best of intentions.
Good intentions.
They had good intentions, and by intentions we mean trying to get an Academy Award nomination.
Yes,
right.
The road to hell is paved by good intentions.
And the road to hell to get that statue was paved by playing a mentally challenged person and playing them in the most disrespectful way
possible.
People, I'm gonna give y'all think y'all know. You sit up here thinking about, man, what is the most disrespectful mentally challenged movie out there? And I'm sure you could probably think of something that's kind of on the sidelines, That's,
you're thinking something that's
worse.
something
that's not very mainstream. But for me, one of the most mainstream offensive movies where somebody was trying to chase that award by playing a mentally challenged person is what I consider a classic right now in the wrong way, Radio. Radio stars Cuba Gooding Jr. as James Robert Kennedy, but you know him simply as Radio because he loves the radio. And he just wanders the town with that shopping cart. He just wanders the town pushing that shopping cart.
Like a lift.
Yeah. He's giving rides to people. Come on, get in.
Oh, drop me off where you gotta go.
And one day he's noticed by Coach Jones, played by Ed Harris. And Ed Harris says, all these other white people tell that you crazy, but you know what?
I know these high school boys pick on you, but
I see you for your magical powers and your teeth. And I, sir, respect that. I'm gonna bring it to my life. You're gonna change all our white lives right here.
All these white folks think you crazy.
Yeah. And it is all about how this coach brought in this mentally challenged black man that just wandered around town in the shopping cart, befriended him, and not only did it change his life, but the life of every white person in this small town.
We're not helping Radio. He's helping us.
Yeah.
This is what it's in the 70s or 60s?
70s, yeah. So, yeah, people, this is the one where they thought that I will give them credit. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They thought that they were doing the right thing. They thought that they were doing something that was paying respect. And meanwhile, it was the most...
Oh, God!
Even Ed Harris was like, you know what? I'm not sure about this. I'm second guessing this.
You know what? I think I've made a horrible mistake.
You know what?
I've already memorized the script. I signed the contract. I cashed the check.
This just don't feel right.
He's like, look, man, you didn't tell me, you didn't show me this page.
Yeah.
I don't know about
this. You know what? It's so different from the script. When I see it in real life, it's like,
horrible.
Man, this is not.
He's looking at him like, you're gonna go with those teeth, huh?
Yeah.
You know what's also bad? This was like, I do remember this about this movie. This was after Deborah Winger had taken that big hiatus from acting.
Yeah.
And they dusted her off for this one.
Yeah, because
she came back from that big hiatus. Deborah Winger.
And the thing is, Deborah Winger is good in a thankless role.
Yeah. If you were helping those poor black people.
Yeah.
They looks another one needs that white savior in their life. That was another one that was the recipe for an Academy Award nomination, not only for the actor, but Best Picture.
Right.
So everybody glommed onto these movies. Now today, we look at that and we're like, oh, no. Do not do this shit ever again.
Well, it's also like a mixture also between the magic Taught Us How to Love, too.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah,
because,
that's
Will
what I'm
Smith
saying,
was that Bagger Vance, Bagger Vance
Oh
movie.
no, we had a decade of making white people feel good about themselves.
$5 guaranteed.
With the most dumbest, broke ass, poorest, downtrodden black people. Oh, the struggle was so real back then.
Man.
People, let's take a look at this trailer for just a little bit. We ain't gonna watch the whole thing because we're gonna get into this roast. You're gonna see a lot of things we're talking about. But let's take just a little glimpse of radio right now, and we'll be back with our roast.
We do things as a team, gentlemen. Full speed!
That boy has been rolling by here for a long time now.
I don't want the football. Why don't you bring it by practice league? I'll find you something to do.
I want to say something that's probably going to be offensive to some people, and believe me, it is not, because I'm going to use a term that y'all have heard before. Some people kind of misinterpret it. I'll get in trouble for this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Going full. That is something that was a phrase coined by the movie Tropic Thunder.
Ben Stiller wrote it.
Ben Stiller wrote it. And I'm gonna tell y'all something.
And it rang true.
That's the thing. I do not mean to actually insult anybody, and I don't think the term is meant to insult anybody. The term is actually used to describe an insulting depiction of mentally challenged people.
Exactly.
It's funny that movie.
About what? You're serious? You don't know. Everybody knows you never go full retard.
The movie wasn't trying to be offensive. It was trying to describe an offensive depiction of mentally challenged people for personal gain, by the way.
It's part of the beauty of Tropic Thunder because it was the last time anybody could say the word retard and do blackface.
It was delivered by a guy in blackface.
In blackface, that is true. So this movie...
And go, well, yeah, we get it. Okay, okay, after this, no more.
And I don't ever use the term triggered or woke, anything like that, but this was the last time that people did not understand comedy and satire, like the way it was used back then.
Yeah.
So when I say this, people, I had to use it. I had to use it because this movie right here, it is pretty much describing it. Now, when Ben Stiller did that, he meant it for another movie, I Am Sam. We'll talk about that later when we get to the review of that movie or the roast of it. But tonight we're talking about radio, and going full is they are perfectly describing this movie right here, because this movie don't waste no time insulting the mentally challenged out there. I'm talking about in less than a minute into this movie, y'all, Cuba Gooding Jr. has gone completely, I think he over full with this movie right here. This man, with less than a minute into this movie, they got his ass already pushing that cart down the road.
Here in the upstate, things don't change much.
Oh my God!
It means football season. Being married to a coach means measuring things mainly by wins and losses.
Pushing it like Frankenstein.
We see people like this all the time now, but they're homeless. He has a mama and a house.
He has a mom in a house. And by the way, even when we see people who are homeless, they act like they got little sense pushing that cart. And let me tell you something. Here's another thing. You can talk about them homeless people all you want to. They stay. Listen, hold on. Hold on. They stay pushing those carts. All right, they push. It ain't enough for radio to push the cart. He can't. No, it ain't enough for him to just push it. This fool got to climb in it.
Slow as shit. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good.
Ooh, he climbing in like he going surfing.
I know, yeah.
Well, that makes me go like, well, okay, he ain't that. He knows how to ride this thing.
Yeah. Oh, man, listen. I'm going to tell you something. If anything, my man got talent because he get in that cart and starts navigating that shit like it's a rowboat.
Dude, he's Leonardo DiCaprio on the Titanic.
Yeah. Wee! Boy, now that's why I was like, okay, you gone too goddamn fucking. They had to throw the wee in there. And they let us know we better be thankful that these white folks got them. Because he was going to die. this man got a whole road right there. And he chose to walk on the tracks where the train is still running.
And then get surprised.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that motherfucker coming up behind you way back there?
Yeah.
That's why they blew the whistle. They were like, get out of the goddamn way.
Damn, this fool is here every day.
Yeah. They're like, I can set my watch to it.
Yeah, got this whole street to walk on. His ass is choosing to walk on the goddamn tracks. They take every opportunity to show that stupid smile on his face, even when the train is passing. Look at that! That's between the trains.
Yeah, I know. I mean, the guy driving the train is like, motherfucker. One of these days, I'm just gonna let it go.
I mean, they checking all the boxes. He got to wave at everything.
And smiling, not realizing how close to death he just came. Hey, Mr. Train.
I was like, damn, but I mean, people, we this is the beginning. And I forgot all this. I'm like, y'all ain't waste no time.
You can see them teeth through the train.
Yeah, you can see through the train. Like you about to bite the train.
Yeah.
Well, like I told you, I was going to try to buy some of those teeth for this show, but they were too expensive.
And by the way, when I say it's a good thing that these white people got him, I mean white person. I'm talking about Coach Jones because before he got him, the rest of this town treated radio like he was a damn creature.
Oh, man. Oh, it's 1976.
They run.
But
save yourself.
But later, Alfred Woodard says he does this every day.
Yeah.
So suddenly these people are all like,
He did that in the black side of town. But this one day, he happened to just wander the white part of town. Get out of here, baby. Before he eats us.
But I love the thought of the concept of he does walk down that same street every day, and the white people are still diving out of the way every time, same time, every time.
Well, did you notice how he went through some catacombs and just came out, popped out of nowhere?
And by the way, if the white people ain't running from him, they casing his ass out, looking for the right time to beat his ass. Look at this one dude right here. Yeah, I'm gonna get that car one day.
Yeah.
All that shit you got ain't gonna be mine one day.
Right.
I'm gonna let your ass.
He's got some good shit in there.
Yeah, shit. When me and my boys catch your ass,
Catch you slipping. Yeah.
Now you think everyone in town would know this guy, but Coach is like, who the f is weirdo? Like, who the f is that guy? He's just looking at him pass by. And by the way, Coach Jones, played by Ed Harris. Well, we'll say it. I'll say it again later on in the review. He's actually really good in this.
He's good in everything. He's Ed Harris.
Yeah.
But it's funny because, and I can understand why if radio probably did cross his path from a distance, he probably didn't notice because his mind is always on football. High school football. He's a high school football coach for the small town. In a small town.
Which means he ain't noticing shit but football.
No, even when his wife, played by Deborah Winger, gets up to give him some ass, he ain't listening.
I knew you were going to say that.
You think I'm playing?
I knew that was coming. Deborah Winger tried to give some ass.
She ready to put that shit on him. She ready to put it on him. He ain't looking at all.
No. You want to get this or not? He's like, so the halfback gonna run around there.
Yeah, your ass said was feeding the family shit and football is. Look, you think I'm playing?
Now, might any of those X's and O's be for me tonight?
What?
Yeah, bitch.
Yeah, he's saying like, not in that robe. Yeah, it ain't doing nothing for me.
There was a point where I thought radio was not as dumb as we thought. Because the star athlete in this movie, Johnny the bully, who eventually, he immediately just starts berating radio when the football goes over the fence. And this is, and I mean,
fucking with him?
Yeah, for no reason. Just starts messing with him because he noticed that radio is, quote unquote, different.
Hey, Einstein, why don't you try picking the ball up? Throw it over here.
Yeah, he called him dummy, Einstein in an ironic way. And radio's like, okay, so you want to talk some shit? All right, I got something for your ass right here. Let me see. Yeah.
Hey, man, what are you doing? You took our ball.
Coach like, I ain't going out there messing with you. He might go off on me. I'm going crazy.
I don't know him. You see them teeth?
Yeah, I was watching this. I was like, okay, radio's
Yeah.
I was like, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, radio ain't that dumb. Shit, radio's all right. You want to talk some shit? I'll take
you
your
mean
ball.
this ball?
Yeah.
In the woods. There you go.
Now, I will tell you, man, there are effective parts of this movie that you can, like, there's one scene in here that you cannot help but be disturbed by, you know, because when radio takes the ball, Johnny retaliates in a very disturbing way.
Nobody move. I just want to help you.
Like Johnny and his friends commit a crime.
Yeah.
They tie him up, abduct him, and torture his ass. You know, that's a felony right there, as we always like to say. That's some Stephen King bully shit right there.
Yeah, Stephen King bullies always damn near kill you or try to murder
I mean,
you.
they didn't stab him, but lower beyond that.
Now, we don't know. You raise his shirt and Johnny might have carved his name into his stomach or some shit. But here's the thing with this, man. Right when you start to feel something, the movie always got to ruin it by making radio look stupid.
Okay, you're free.
Come on, man. Give us one tender moment, man.
That was not
That
necessary.
made me feel worse for him.
I laughed my ass off.
That was not necessary, man.
When I talk about the contrast in this movie, so much of watching the early part of it, I was like, man, I feel for radio. This ain't that bad.
Man, I'm sorry. Now listen, Mark, you were right. You correct how you feel. Me and Billy
I'm
asshole.
sorry, yeah, I am an asshole.
I'm laughing at this shit.
That was a Three Stooges shit. They spent that shit up. That motherfucker blew.
Plus the way he said,
Yeah, man.
That made it worse.
Feet up in there. His feet up in there, too. I'm saying, because he's swinging a seesaw. Look.
I started looking at this turned into a horror movie for me for just a second because Coach Jones is so pissed that he decides to punish the boys.
What do you want to do? Run them? Till I say stop.
Now he gonna run them. He gonna run these boys to death out there.
Good.
Yeah, no, he should be. He should. But the whole time he's running them, radio back there plot his revenge.
Yeah, all right, you motherfucker. I got something for y'all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why it gets creepy because
He does look creepy.
it's a montage and radio don't move.
No.
Man,
Yeah,
they
keep running.
and they keep coming back. And radio, he just
closer
stays.
and closer?
He just stays in that one spot.
Like Slender Man?
Yeah, like Slender Man. like watching him plot like Michael Myers in Halloween.
And listen to the sound. It's getting darker and darker.
It's getting darker.
Yeah. And he ain't moved it in.
He ain't moved at all. I'm gonna get all you. You know, y'all the wrong one.
I'm just here memorizing everybody's face right now.
Radio is just soaking it in.
Yeah.
They're getting punished for what they did.
Yeah,
to me.
somebody said 4 hours later, he's still in that one spot. Yeah, you want your football? Come and get this shit.
You said y'all getting punished, but you did me. You don't know punishment from I got something for y'all.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
Nice
This is
attire, too.
after Coach Jones befriends or tries to befriend radio.
Nothing more is going to happen, son. See you later. All right?
And he's like, "Yeah, you will see me later. But I'll come back to kill you."
Oh my God! Looking like this.
He's in the night.
Yeah, in the night.
Like in the bush, like, God damn, he's
Yo,
still
shit! Oh, man. He's like, I see you too, coach.
You know what?
I'm gonna start with you.
Early 2000 was like, oh, he's still there. Now it'd be like, oh, what the call cops, get him out of here.
No,
Yeah,
it's-
you know,
man.
I made a connection. I shouldn't have done
Man,
that.
today, if they remade radio, it would be Blumhouse's radio.
Yeah.
That should be a horror movie.
With that same music.
With that same, he's out there lurking in the bushes and shit.
Yeah. Hey, don't you want to come in and watch the game? No, I'm good. Right
I'm
here.
good, yeah,
I'm good right here.
So Coach sees this shit. Coach Jones, he sees this and he's like, you know what? I better make friends with this dude before he tries to murder my whole team.
Or at least save myself, right?
So what does he do, man? He sees he's like, shit, he's still out there. You're like, oh shit. He's like, this fool gonna murder me, man, in my TV.
Every time you look around.
I ain't forgot.
I really remember everything.
This is for a week.
Yeah.
Plus, he's got that walk.
Yeah. Look at this. And coach is looking at him. You're like, oh shit, he's still out there.
Crazy ass walk.
He's like, I better make friends with this dude. So what does he do?
I think maybe he's thirsty.
Me? Yeah. Like, what? You want me to go? Really? What? He's like, hey, you got to do whatever I say. You the assistant coach. Take your ass over
Hey,
there.
man, I
I
quit,
thought this was
goddamn.
your project.
I quit.
No, you don't. Before you quit, take this water over there.
No, you don't. Exactly. He said, no, you don't. Goddamn
You quit. I say you quit. You better take the water over there. That's assistant coach Honeycutt. So he's like, again, because Coach Jones like, I ain't going over there. So what? So I like the way Coach Honeycutt does when he goes over there.
What's something from Coach Jones?
I'm gonna talk this shit.
I ain't going there.
I ain't going on the same side as you. So when my man sees that Honeycutt actually comes back unmaimed and survived, he feels like it's safe to invite radio in. And I feel like it's safe. So what better way to bond with radio than over burgers?
Why don't you come on in? Got some hamburgers coming.
Ooh. And then he's like, oh, burgers.
You ain't said nothing but a word.
Trying to play hard to get until he's mentioned burgers.
He's like, oh, say no more, sir. He stopped all that damn crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I am very hungry.
burgers, you say?
I could use some
I'm
sustenance.
famished, actually.
I could use some
Why,
sustenance.
kind sir, I am famished a little bit. I could have a burger or two.
Wait a second.
But I'm gonna tell you, man. So after that, the movie just kind of stops for Coach Jones to make a big deal out of these burgers.
Really good burgers.
I'm like, okay, all right, you got me. So what's so good about these burgers, man?
It's just sitting there.
Oh, okay, these burgers pay for the movie, all right. Damn, Burger King, and my man put that Whopper front and center.
Just so you know, it's his 70s Burger King. Nobody puts the burger down like that.
Like that.
You open it up as soon as you get it out.
Look at this. Perfectly symmetry with the camera.
It's just sitting there.
Whopper, y'all.
Yeah, Whopper, y'all.
They want to make sure that you see that Whopper all the time. Actually, that King, because it's Burger King, y'all. And now it's an old Burger King logo, but it says Whopper, and we know what Whopper is. And shit, that King is almost another character in the movie. Huh?
That was a good thing you did today with your presents.
Yeah, eating the Whopper, getting us some money. Yeah,
What he do?
I'm real glad you didn't go to McDonald's.
Yeah. So that was a good thing. You picking Burger King, having it your way.
Yeah, you have it your way.
Yeah.
Where's the beef, right?
Yeah, boy, they
different restaurant.
Yeah, that burger product placement is strong with this and with the Burger King in here. As Coach starts to bring in more, radio really does start to live up to that name, radio. In fact, his first word in the movie is...
Well, you sure taking a liking to that radio of yours.
Radio. That's his first word in the movie. Radio. Radio.
So he can talk though, right?
Yeah, he can talk. He don't say anything in the beginning. He don't want to talk about it. But his first word to everybody.
Feels comfortable.
Yeah. But his first word when he opens up to us is radio, just in case you didn't remember the title of the movie.
Oh, you said radio. That's your name from now on. We're going to call you Radio. His name is James. We call him Radio.
Yeah. What? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Yeah, we gave his ass some hamburgers. He's whatever we wanted to be.
Yeah, Whopper would be his name.
And listen, it ain't appropriate because on the side, when this fool goes home, his room is full of... Man,
I didn't want to know. I want to know this.
Boy, his room is full of nothing but radios that he done torn up. No. Look at all these radios.
They tore up. They tore up.
Now, let me ask you this. The fact that he's able to dismantle and repair radios, doesn't that make him not...
But did he repair them? That's the thing.
I feel like he did. Like, he took broken radios and he fixed them.
Oh, I thought you'd say he was tearing them up.
I thought, it was me that said it.
No. It's broken radios that he was able to repair.
Oh, I
think that pushes him over.
So he's like Billy Bob Thornton and Sling Blade with the lawnmowers.
Yes.
Where he can just fix all the lawnmowers.
Yeah.
He's a one-note Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
or he's just tearing the radio.
Because they never showed us with the results of him with all these radios.
Oh, I thought that was going to be a thing.
No, it was a whole thing where like broken radios come to him and he could fix those.
Did they say that in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So it really makes him not.
I was going to say, because the way they're setting that up, that's what I would have guessed. Like, because you see all the radios, he's tinkering with
Now,
one.
I say that, but they do learn what his real name is, Robert Kennedy, and they still, or James Robert Kennedy, and they still call him Radio.
Oh, yeah, because he's all about radio. Shit, yeah.
Like I said, better than Whopper.
And I'm going to still say they probably had the intention of making him autistic, but no, he went full retard in this movie.
He totally does.
Yeah, no, hell no. All you see is this one part up here. They don't come back to this goddamn radio.
That's one of the things. It's like, okay, you guys have an out right here. And like, yeah, but we're not going to do it.
We're not going to take it.
No, them radios stay dismantled. Ain't nobody coming to the house talking about, hey, radio, my radio's broken. You know,
he's like, I hope you.
Yeah.
He bites it.
I don't like that song.
Now fix it. Yeah. That can't be fixed. I don't know why you gave it to me.
Yeah.
I don't like that song. Tear it up.
So the coach starts making him a fixture of the team. Now Alfred Woodard comes in. She's Principal Daniels. Now she's the character of the see, we ain't done all you bad character in the movie.
Right.
You know, she's like
she's a black female principal in a position.
Yeah, but her character's thankless. So you know, like they don't give her anything really to do except agree. Also, with Ed Harris,
the way Alfred Woodard plays this, she seems like she doesn't want to be there.
Oh, you know she didn't want to be there. No, Alfred Woodard sometimes like when I met her in the next round, she's like, sometimes it's just a check, baby.
Yeah.
Now what town are they in?
North Carolina.
Yeah, North Carolina. Yeah. But, you know, she comes in and she's like, listen, but she does make some sense. You're supposed to kind of root against her because she's not a villain. But you're supposed to be like, oh, lay off radio, you know, and lay off Coach Jones. They're trying to do something good. But, you know, I don't know, man. She ain't, it's not like she's not making sense. Because she comes in and tells him, like, look, I'm not too sure about this.
I'm not so sure we're trying to help somebody here. Or whether he's being used as nothing more than a glorified mascot.
You know me a hell of a lot better than that.
Does she though?
Do I?
Does she? That fool ain't nothing but a mascot.
And dude, this is the same problem with The Blind Side.
Yeah.
And
you
like,
see this shit? Look at this.
The camera stays on him way too long. Please, make it stop. I didn't know it was gonna be that bad.
He's a straight up mascot. That's what the mascot does. They might as well name They might as well rename this team the Mascot is putting it nicely.
Yeah, right.
Because this motherfucker is a goddamn court jester.
That's Deborah Winger in real life going.
You believe this shit?
I believe this shit.
Keep it doing out here. Look at this.
I can't time
Welcome to South Carolina.
He won an Oscar a few years ago.
And knowing Cuban now, in between scenes, he took the teeth out and was playing grab ass with all the girls behind him.
They are so looking at this movie the wrong way. The way they're looking at this movie with the wrong kind of vision, because this is supposed to be heartwarming. No. But it's just foolish. It's just foolish.
It's cringy.
Yeah, it's cringy. They had, man, after this point, they talk about what is he supposed to be, a glorified mascot? Why, I take offense to that. And then we see that he is.
Yeah.
Then after that, they have a whole idiot montage where his condition is just, listen, boy, his condition is just played for laughs. Come on, man. Look at this. Ow! Like they have comic reactions.
I'm gonna confess something to you. There are moments in this movie, especially early on, where I did find it heartwarming and kind of touching.
But this ain't it.
But they would get to a montage, and I was like, Oh, wow.
People, look at this.
Forget everything I said. This is idiotic at this
People,
point.
he's out there taking a hit to the head with the ball and having comic reactions.
Yeah.
They got his ass out there making faces while he's about to get tackled.
And that's the scene where he has quote unquote retard strength.
Yeah.
Oh, and
It's true.
And sometimes what's really offending right here is that it's just lazy. Sometimes they just don't have him do anything. They just have his out there hopping around making noises.
What's he doing? That's it.
It's all this.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just saying, man.
No, you know what? The thing
Let's just
is,
do it.
I was just about to say, that's one of the problems with this movie. He's a coach's. It's not that he's just a mascot. He's the coach's own personal mascot. He's a dancing pet monkey for the coach.
3rd and 6 now for the Jackets from the 40.
He's either a dancing pet monkey for him or a mentally challenged black parrot. Chicken shit, chicken shit.
Funny. You said a pet monkey. Next thing you know, they'll cut to Ed Harris. You're going to have a yellow hat on. And see.
That's where the big problem with this movie is. It comes in because radio feels like a pet. You know, he's played up for amusement. Yeah. As long as he keeps us laughing, he can do no wrong. Because there's a point where he almost makes the team lose.
Oh yeah,
there's a point he's out there just yelling out plays and shit.
Come back here. What are you? Just tell him to play.
Now that dude right there is Johnny's father, and Johnny, we've already seen Johnny as an asshole. But listen, to give credit to Johnny, against all odds, because they were losing the game, against all odds, Johnny is the reason why. Because Johnny in the movie, they couldn't have too many characters. They make him the guy that plays every sport.
Yeah.
Right. And he's good at every one of them. But he's the dude that won the game.
Touchdown, Yellow Dragon!
So Johnny went out there and put all that work in, but who gets the ball? Who gets the
game ball?
Who gets
Team
the
ball.
game ball? The team ball at the end.
For standing behind us all season long, especially tonight, game ball goes to radio.
Jim Radio like, why? And meanwhile, I can't blame Johnny. Johnny's like, what the? Let me see if I got this clip of Johnny right here.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you, Coach. I thought you said radio. I know I didn't hear that right.
Cause Johnny's mad. Let me see.
He's got my bell rung.
Yeah,
so
justifiably so.
Yeah, I can't.
Even though he's a dick.
Yeah, John, let me see.
Look, I know I'm a dick, but that was some bullshit right there. Look at him. He's eating the ball right now.
Look at Johnny. Johnny like, I can't believe this shit. Johnny like, you mean the dude that didn't do nothing for the whole game but act a fool?
And almost lost it for
And
us.
almost lost him? Really? All right. Shit, I'm going to put his ass back in that shed again.
I was gonna say. I mean, I did kidnap him and tie him up, put him in the shed, but y'all are bullshit, man.
But now you know why. And the whole town starts looking kind of weird at this whole thing because they start looking like are these two guys?
You got some mustard on the cheek. Did it for you. There you go.
What's really going on there? What the hell's happening? Even the waitress.
Coach.
He does this every year. He finds one.
He got another one.
Yeah,
He got a nice ass.
it's like when they're out together, it's like a date.
Peach and blackberry. What's it going to be, radio?
Okay, what?
Both. I'd like some more coffee.
Really?
She's like, so you're just gonna not explain this? Okay.
Yeah, okay, right. Okay.
Oh, you didn't want to play your clip.
Oh,
No, it's too late now, man.
I thought for sure you were going to come in.
okay, you know what? That's one of the things I will say. Some people treated radio wrong. Because they got that scene. I wasn't going to play it at first, but Martin brought it up.
And he has to eat like a pig too, right?
It ain't that bad.
Okay.
Scene's really not overblown.
Okay, you know what?
Chicken just ran with it.
I was just talking about because he has your mustard on your chin.
Oh.
I'm just saying I hate that thing too.
If you ever deal with somebody on the spectrum, that's the least of it. At least they didn't do them like this, right here.
Tonight's movie will be Radio, starring Cuba Gooding Jr.
My pie.
You want strawberry pie or apple pie?
I want
Okay, at least it wasn't that bad. Yeah, it wasn't really that bad.
Martin is right and you're right. Let me pull this up here. Because Martin is right. It is not, of course, as we saw, it's not as bad as we saw Robot Chicken.
No.
Okay, but that scene is like, come on, man. Y'all are pushing this shit. Let me see here if I can find it. Because there was a scene here where I was like, okay, you gonna really we going there with this?
Oh dang!
Look at this. They got his ass drooling.
Eating French fries.
Yeah, look at it. Like that's like, boy, did y'all have no limits with this?
He had to do that, man.
This is where you look at this and say, we get the point. He's mentally challenged. All right,
that's an actor choice too. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I know.
Ain't nobody told
and like
him
I
to
said, part of me would be like, well, maybe, but at the end, post credits, they show the real Radio, and he ain't this bad at all.
No, but so look, y'all, right here. So what Coach is doing? So Coach is in the whole movie thinking that he's what Coach is doing in this movie is how we are looking at radio. Because what Coach doing, he thinks what he's doing is inspirational. To everybody else, it just looks crazy. And the worst and also funniest scene of this movie comes when, due to concerns to Radio's condition, they say that he cannot go to an out-of-town game.
We're not going to be able to take you on the bus today. They just don't understand yet, but they're going to catch on, believe me.
Now, instead of making sure that he gets home okay,
oh my God,
they leave his ass by himself
in the rain,
where he decides to go out in the rain with a waterproof radio because, of course, he has one.
I'm winding down now.
Where's your mama at?
And so, this is the worst scene in the whole movie.
Oh, this is the worst
scene. And when I
scene.
texted you, this movie is killing me. This is where
This was it. Because what he's doing is, so he's trying to, since he couldn't go, he's still listening to the game on the radio. Why? Because he's radio. And he
Waterproof
acts,
radio.
Yeah, what's that? Waterproof radio. And he acts out the game as he hears it. But it ain't nothing but him just falling all over the place.
And there's the draw play. Playing in the middle. For 5, 10, first down, check it.
And they got that inspirational music playing.
Like this is Rudy or some shit.
Like
this ain't Rudy.
Like we're supposed to be looking at this seriously with tears coming out of our eyes. But this shit is just.
I'm crying, all right.
Goofy.
It's goofy. It ain't nothing but more silliness.
Here's the snap. The kick.
They out there doing slapstick, and they playing this up for serious.
He out there doing some Buster Keaton. Yeah, they're doing Buster Keaton shit.
And you're like, okay, he has a mama. She would be like,
that's what I'm saying. Where's your mama? Didn't I just say?
My son?
What I just said? I said, where's your mama at, man?
Okay, so they established that his mother works at a hospital and she pulling crazy hours where she can't watch him all the time. But god damn it, the movie ain't got to do this.
Here's the snap. The kick.
He out there looking like damn Black Charlie Brown and shit trying to cook this football.
With that little walk ahead. that little penguin walk.
Like this.
Bow-legged walk. Look at everything he does.
Here's the snap.
Gate, yeah.
He was bow-legged when he fell. You see that?
Here's the snap. The kick.
I mean, he out there doing the James Brown split and shit.
I mean, they couldn't even make him like have better motor skills than that. If they wanted to play the instrument, the inspirational music, and have him do all that, they could have made him not fall over the place like Buster Keaton.
Fall all over the place.
And at the premiere, the real guy who was Radio was looking around at people like, what the?
That's not how I did. I didn't do that at all. I went home. I went home.
Out there looking like, again, Black mentally challenged Charlie Brown trying to cook this. Everything he's doing is just fall on his ass.
He's like, nice to meet you, Cuba.
Like, ain't y'all got no sense of tone?
That's what I was talking about. Like the movie has dichotomy because there are some actually touching scenes, but then right when you start to get into it, they'll cut to something like this. Anytime it's
right here. I made down touch.
Because you think about the co-crew and everybody out there filming this.
Now you think that they would calm the dumb shit down for at least Christmas.
Oh, no.
The coach invites Radio out with the whole family. If there was ever a time to be,
his daughter's face.
Yeah, look at the daughter. Like, get this Negro away from me. This is your project. Yeah. You adopted his ass, not me.
I know you love him, but he keeps grabbing my ass.
Yeah.
That's just Cuba.
So if there's ever a time to be sincerely emotional, it's supposed to be for Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man.
Merry Christmas, Ray.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Oh,
Christmas. They have it as a, hey, they just saying the obvious. Christmas. Now, if there's ever time to be sincere, I don't even let that scene slide, but just let this fool have one moment of respect.
I know it's coming too. I saw the trailer.
No.
How about this one?
Oh.
How about this one?
Those look fine, Radio.
They got his ass up in his drawers, wearing a tie, an open shirt, trying to ask them if they can see some pair of pants he wants to wear over the phone.
In the 70s.
In the 70s,
yeah.
Sitting up there,
not on Zoom. Dick hanging out with them white tighty whities. Dick hard and shit.
By the way, at least they gave him enough respect to not put no yellow stains on the front of all this shit. I will give them that because we know if this was as stupid as they want to be, he would have had piss stains all on the front of that. That fool would have lemonade all in front of his dick in front of that. We can't have a break. We can't have one scene where Radio is not acting like a goddamn fool, not even doing Christmas.
Big Radio in there, you know? Big Radio.
They got this fool thinking that he's in the ornament, talking about big Radio in there.
Oh my God.
Boy, they got them teeth prominent too.
Yeah. Big Radio in there. Hello, Radio.
Big Radio in there.
Hey, hello, me.
Big Radio down here too.
Johnny. Old Johnny's back to his trickery.
Well, hey, check it out. Coach Dalrymple's got a couple things next door she wants you to come get.
He's telling her that this teacher wants him to come to the girls' locker room. And all the girls are out, but she needs you to help out with something.
Man, it's like, huh? Mrs. Dalrymple. Don't worry, man. Don't worry, it's just her. She's alone. Girls are gone. She's gonna be real disappointed.
Of course, he gets. he gets Radio into going, and well.
Can't be in here.
Got him. Now notice that. Conveniently, no girls were topless or anything. Because one, it's a family movie. 2, Radio still would have been up there.
and 3, some of those girls would have tried.
Yeah, exactly.
Just for the story.
Yeah, I ain't never had none of that before.
It'll be fun. Let's do it.
About this. Well, Radio sent you here.
Hey, Radio, you like what you see?
Yeah, exactly. That door with the clothes. Yeah.
Radio like it. Yeah.
And then Johnny be like, man, goddamn. How been going here?
That'd be the other revenge right there.
Yeah. Radio should have come running out by now.
Nah, I thought this was going to lead to some big conflict because, it would have been very Hollywood to do that. But the stakes at least would have been high because the coach is pissed about this. You messing with my man now, Radio.
What's up, Coach Jones?
Son, it's one of those days I wish I wasn't a teacher so I could just lay into you right now.
She said up there.
Shit, that's my pet.
I do like that.
There's no way you're suiting up tomorrow night.
Now, I thought right here, I would have been like, okay, again, this would be very Hollywood. But I thought, man, we about to enter some real tension here because Johnny's father is rich. Johnny is the star player. And also Coach Jones got physical with a student. I thought all this would have came into play, but that shit is easily solved right there on the spot.
In the 70s, you could do that.
I was going to say, it is the 70s.
But in the 70s, okay, maybe, but like for the movie's sake, they solved this shit right there. We don't even go no further with it, really.
He said I can't play tomorrow.
Is that what you're thinking, Coach Jones?
That's what I'm saying.
I tell you are not playing.
So,
Wait, what?
yeah, huh? You black bitch.
That's what I'm thinking.
You know my father is?
You black bitch. I have you clean my house by the end of the week. You black bitch.
And I thought, all right, well, it'll escalate to the dad. I forgot that he's the character actor. I forgot his name.
Chris Mulkey.
Yeah. So his dad is rich. And I thought that he might be the real villain of the movie.
Yeah, he seemed like he was poised to be.
You're one of the finest coaches in the upstate. You just want to be the one who runs radio out of hand.
Yeah, what the f*** were you thinking? I thought that was clear.
What did he say?
He said you want to be the one to run radio out of town.
Oh.
Now, the thing is...
I already did.
Yeah, so this guy, I thought he might have been the big challenge, the big villain in the movie, but he's so level-headed that, and early in the movie even says something that makes sense to where it's like, okay, I don't 100% agree with him, but I kind of see his point. Because when radio came in, they start losing games. And, this dude starts spending a whole lot of time and start doing his job with radio. And this is kind of like, okay, I kind of see what this guy's saying right here. And he's like, listen, you might be taking care of this dude, but my son's future's wrapped up in this. So I was like, I kind of see what they're saying. Like you said, when people saying radio's a liability, I was like, yeah, I hate to be
a little bit. I mean, I feel like you could do both, but right now you're not doing both. But I got the impression the team had been winners and they had been losers, and then they brought this coach in to kind of help them get back up. So, them losing some games, he was like, hey, look, this is going to happen. It's going to take a while.
Yeah. I'm going to build you guys back.
Yeah. It wants the audience to be amused by radio and film fame. I get that, but man, they just do it too much.
Well, you know what? Look, my personal theory is that the whole story of the actual radio, it just wasn't that much conflict.
Yeah, they had to make up stuff.
Everybody was like, all right, the guy's kind of slow, but we like him. And that was it. And they were like, Hollywood's like, yeah, but we got to put some conflict.
Well, that's what
here.
I'm saying. Build it up then. Yeah. That we see it all the time, man. And we forgive movies for this. Like we've gone from based on a true story to, like you say, inspired by. And usually we look at it as like, okay, you did this for entertainment value. That's fine. We're good. But they don't really do that. Like, it's just him like I said, just running around acting a fool in this movie right here. The movie, like I said, doesn't want to push too much conflict because it wants the audience to be just laughing at radio all the time. They want them to be concerned for radio, but it doesn't want anything too deep to go along with that. It's almost like you want the easy way out with this. And they don't want to ruin that, keep that feel good feeling. They don't want to ruin that there.
It's a tightrope you walk when you're telling the story of a real person.
Every time radio has a deep emotional problem, it's always kind of shifted. If it's not played up for laughs, it's shifted to another character's story. Like him dying or his mother dying it's just brought back to Ed Harris's story because it's brought back to, right after that scene with him hugging him, it's brought back to the real reason why he has taken a liking to this character.
And one morning I was riding through there.
So what he's saying is he used to have a paper route back in the day. He went by this house where he saw something weird. It was some Texas Chainsaw Massacre shit he saw. We saw a kid behind a cage.
And I heard this noise. I looked under there and there was this boy about my age.
What the f***?
Yeah, I was like, Dad, where's this story going?
Did you go? Yeah.
Brother, I know you don't want to pay attention to me in the videos. I'm pregnant, Dad. I just want to.
Now, the third act ain't nothing. That's probably one of the most insulting besides the rain scene, because the third act ain't nothing but a pat on the head for radio. I mean, because the whole third act is like, it's just saying, oh, ain't that adorable? Like when they try to teach, boy, you will laugh at this shit. You know what I'm talking about. They try to teach radio how to write his name.
Oh, shit, man. Doing nothing.
And I thought Ed Harris was gonna be like, no, let's try again. But listen to what he said.
Yeah. Look at that. You did it. Congratulations.
Congratulations. No! he dropped up but loops. He talking about, hey, congratulations, you did it. What the hell is no?
No, it's like this. It's more like this. Congratulations, you learned how to actually use the pencil.
right.
Now I'm gonna teach you how to write your name.
You know, and the scene got me because I thought because when he put that pencil to paper, I was like, I thought, okay, I know this fool ain't gonna write his name, but I thought he was gonna write something that he slightly resembled letters.
Right?
Nope.
Loop the loop.
Jesus.
I mean, the shit is so sad. This dude drowned loose that okay, so they had this full thing of like, oh shit, I can write a book now. They had this thing of like, shit, they had radio thing, I'm gonna write the Great American Novel now. They gonna be done. Because after he was done, he decided to write Johnny a letter, and you know what it's gonna be.
Yes.
Oh, he bought that in a little while ago.
But you know what though?
Hey Johnny, what does it say?
It may be a bunch of loopy-loops, but I know it says you, motherfucker. Kiss my black ass.
That shit
signed Love Radio.
I know what you did to me.
I got something for your ass.
Bitch, I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. You know what? You better watch your back. Sincerely Radio.
Boy, he wrote a whole lot. Dear Johnny, I don't appreciate the shit you've been doing. Your ass is dead. Love Radio.
I don't appreciate the shit. Dear Johnny, I don't appreciate the way you've been fucking with
Johnny,
me.
I know we've had some differences in the past, but I ain't forgot that shit. All is not forgiven. Your ass is dead.
All is not forgiven.
Yes, fuck you.
Love Radio.
All is not forgiven. All the way, Johnny. You don't me for the last goddamn time.
You and your family is dead.
I've been secretly working out. I'm gonna beat the out of you. You and your family, you and your daddy are dead.
Radio wrote a whole goddamn novel. In his mind, it was like, remember that shit was grammatically correct. My dearest Johnny.
I hope this letter finds you well. But when I catch up to your ass, you ain't gonna be well.
You and I have had many differences in the past, but that is no excuse for what you have done to me. What you have done is a crime and a felony. And since the law won't prosecute, I will take matters into my own hands. Your ass is dead. No offense. Love Radio.
P.S. Seriously, watch your mother back.
So it's near the end, though, when the coach is finally being told that radio might be a liability and we all have to move on with our lives. The coach decides, you know what, I ain't giving up radio. Y'all can take this.
I love football. Football is my life. But football, if it compares to radio.
If it comes between me and radio.
Is Radio living with the coach now?
No, he's not. No.
Oh, where's he living?
He lives with his brother.
Oh, okay.
But the coach decides to quit to be with radio. It's almost like a romance movie now. He's like, I quit to be with my man Radio.
Y'all don't accept radio. You don't accept me.
You don't get me. And so the real message of the movie comes out.
Well, the truth is, we're not the ones been teaching radio. Radio's the one been teaching us.
God damn it.
Radio has been our magical the whole time.
Radio's one who's been teaching us. Yeah. See, he wrote us this letter.
I know. With him saying that, it's like, oh, now I got to go back and rewatch the whole movie to see how radio was teaching us.
Yeah, now it's like a goddamn M. Night Shyamalan movie. How has this magical been magical through this whole movie? Like, what sprinkles of magic have we missed in this whole film?
You didn't miss nothing. Him dancing around in the rain and shit. Nah.
Now, of course, Ed Harris just saying this right now. Everybody's like, oh, okay. He gave a speech.
Yeah.
And wow, you know what? He really has magically touched our lives. So, you know what? He can stay.
I knew he can stay.
But you know what? But not only do they keep radio around, but listen to this. Now check this out. But they decide to make him, you saw this, they decide to keep him around and say, you know what? Because radio don't want to leave. He's in 11th grade. It's perfect for me. So they make his ass a permanent 11th grader, even though...
I would also like to extend a special thank you, Mr. James Robert Kennedy.
So they made him a permanent 11th grader that graduated.
He graduated, but you're going back to 11th grade for the rest of your life.
Like Wooderson from goddamn.
But yeah, and what does it matter? Radio's looking around like, hey,
This coming fall as an 11th grade student at Hannah.
I thought you were going to say that little radio so much. They made him, I was going to say, mayor? No.
I mean, it might as well.
They might as well. First order of business is, let me write it down. No, just tell us.
And here's my edict. Follow these instructions to the letter. Oh, shit.
To the letter. Do not deviate from these instructions or you're fired.
Oh, radio first order of business is this.
Hey, man, you got another memo from Mayor Radio. Oh.
This is the radio Constitution.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this. Just do what it says. Don't around with him.
He's in a horrible mood today.
Y'all see, you can read it right.
Somebody took his football.
Finally, at the end, we see the real radio, James Robert Kennedy, and we feel like maybe Cuba Gooding Jr. exaggerated just a little bit.
So if you happen to be in Anderson on a Friday night in the fall, get there early. You'll see the man they call Radio leading the Yellow Jackets onto the field.
This ain't not like Cuba Gooding Jr. been acting in here.
If you didn't say, I would have been like, oh, they got a black coach now.
Yeah. He's an assistant coach.
Yeah. Look, this ain't nothing like what Cuba Gooding Jr. been doing to this whole movie.
Radio's in his...
He ain't doing none of this.
He's not running like this.
Yeah.
No.
He ain't falling all over himself.
50s now, and he's the most beloved coach Hannah's ever had.
Coach Harold Jones.
Harold Jones? Well, he was recently inducted into the South Carolina Coaches Hall of Fame, but still maintains his special friendship with Hannah's favorite 11th grader.
So they exaggerated.
They exaggerated. And yet, from what you hear here, they still made the real Radio an 11th grader the whole time.
Man, I ain't lying about that.
So but yeah, every time you see him, you're like, okay, look, he doesn't make eye contact like somebody who's on the autism spectrum.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But he ain't doing what Cuba's doing.
He's not doing all that squeaking and bobbing and weaving. All that. He just looks like somebody who's, because you can see that even when he's hugging the coach he's known for 50 years or whatever, he's not really making eye contact, but he's hugging him.
He ain't doing this.
Here in the upstate, things don't change much. Fall means football.
He ain't looking like the black hunchback walking around.
He was a coach means this battle. Bitch!
That's what I'm saying. He's at the premiere looking around like,
that's not
so
me.
who's he supposed to be?
Who's that? Who's that dumbass?
When they gonna put me on screen?
Yeah. I thought Cuba was playing me.
Yeah.
No, that is you.
What?
Yeah. Well, there y'all go. That is our roast right there. It almost makes you feel like there was some changes from the script. Of course, Hollywood, they take it and they exaggerate it. Mm-hmm. The original script is out there. I actually downloaded it. There it is right there.
Every time, now that I've seen the guy at the end, every time I see a still list, he's probably like, oh, come on, man. I didn't do that shit.
So if y'all want to read the original script, there it is. Y'all can download it for yourself.
And that's the whole script.
Yeah, you can see what they made the changes.
Do I have this right?
No, wait. Pronounce it this way. What's the feeling behind it?
Well, there y'all go. Well, you made it to the end of the video. That must mean you really like what we do. So if you do, check out these other videos just like this one. Check out our other YouTube channels and subscribe to join our wonderful Toasty community. And as always, stay toasty.